Hello, hello, and welcome, elementary music educators. This is going to be a quick video all about one of my favorite lessons to use if I need to leave a lesson for a sub, right? If your subs are anything like mine, they're such kind, such considerate people, but the first thing that they ask me is, please don't make me sing. And this is totally understandable for somebody who's not used to it like us. So what I've tried to do is I've tried to make a lesson plan that's really student-led, doesn't require any singing from your sub. Really no new material needs to be taught for this. And there's plenty of different ways for your students to be engaged with music without relying heavily on your sub being the one to provide for it. So the purpose of this video is you can go ahead, take all these ideas for your sub, make a lesson plan of your own, or if you're interested, you can go ahead and check out my Soaring Summer of Free, which is going on right now, where you will have access not only to my entire curriculum, including 20 plus hours of professional development, moving assessments, movement breaks, all of my scarf dances, which if you're more interested in, I have tons of videos explaining just why I love bringing scarf dancing into the elementary music room. But also you will have access to this one wonderful lesson, Carnival of Animals. Again, it's a great lesson for any sub, and we will go over it right now. So to start, your sub is going to go ahead and welcome your students to the Animal Music School. We're going to be using this lesson to talk about Camille Saint-Saëns' Carnival of Animals. Again, making sure that your students are getting tons of time to move, listen, and play along with the different songs that are found in this wonderful array. And the first thing that your sub can do, which maybe this is a video that you're sending them so they know exactly what to do in your music lesson, but the first thing that your sub is going to do is just add in some steady beats along with a simple chant, right? And if you have a smart board, maybe your students are coming up and they're tapping it. If you have a projector, right? Just a laptop, something so that your students are also part of the experience, or your sub's doing it on their own. So they're tapping, who will we see in class today? Lion, bear, maybe blue jay. Big or small, we like them all. Who will we see in class today? And that's going to keep on coming up along with different ways to do it. So be careful. This next one, it's just a way to get your students listening for the different animals in Carnival of Animals, but also moving to it. So for this, maybe your sub is asking, all right, guys, let's take a listen. Does this song, which we're going to click on these music notes up here to be able to listen to it, sound more like a tortoise or a horse? You choose, and then use your body to show me how a tortoise or a horse would dance. Now, whatever you've been working on in class, maybe you've been working on some of the fundamentals of music, dynamics, articulation, tempo, texture, pitch, rhythms, whatever it is you're working on, maybe you leave a list for your sub to then be able to ask your students those questions. All right, take a listen, guys. Is this a song that's forte, or is it more piano? Is it staccato? Is it legato? Maybe you can leave your sub a list of questions that pertain specifically to your students so that when they play the song, they can have different questions that they're asking, listening for, well, how are we going to know if it's a tortoise or horse based on the music? And then depending on how they guess, they are going to do a simple play along, because that was tortoise. Again, we're only doing Taz and Titis here. So this is really for kindergarten, first grade, second grade, maybe third grade, but you don't want to be introducing any new information. This is just for your sub to feel comfortable working towards giving your students a review, a fun experience, and making sure that they're ready for when you get back. After the rhythm play along, you're going to do the chant again, but this time make it low like the tortoise. And then listen for the next group of animals. Is it a lion or is it a monkey? Playing the song, having students show with their bodies, and then afterwards they get rewarded with a simple, fun, engaging video that incorporates instruments from the orchestra. So maybe this is where your sub can also ask, what instrument do we see here? Oh, we see a clarinet, we see violins, so on and so forth. It's fun, it's engaging, it's simple, and it's another chance for your students to listen to Lion from Carnival of Animals, giving your students multiple experiences to listen to it, to move to it, to play to it, also that they remember later on, oh, I know this. This is the lion. And then also bringing it back into the chant. Can you make this loud like a lion? Who will we see in class today? So on and so forth. All right, we're going to keep going, but this time, is it a bunny or is it an elephant? Again, two totally different animals. So of course they're going to be moving differently. Does the song sound like the dynamics you can expect from an elephant or a bunny, like the pitch, like the tempo. There's got to be a different tempo between a rabbit and an elephant. And then again, they're getting rewarded at the end with a simple play along. This time there is a quarter rest. So if you haven't really gone over quarter rest with your students, then, maybe try to do so beforehand, or just tell your sub to tell them Trish during that time. Can we combine both? Make this loud and slow, like the elephant. Who will we see in class? Simple, effective, easy. Keeping it going. What's the difference between a frog and a fish? Take a listen and see. And get your students moving so that they will also be ready for a listening map for aquarium from Camille Saint-Saëns' Carnival of Animals. Last time, make this time smooth like the swimming fish. Who will we see in class today? We have one more student to meet today, and this is the only time that you might have to have gone over this chant, or maybe you tell your sub to skip it, because it will be really heavily dependent on can your sub do it. All right. And it can be intimidating for somebody who doesn't do music like we do every single day. But if you haven't done this chant yourself, then go ahead. I will show it to you myself. It goes. And what I always do is, because you got to make it fun. You got to make it fun. Is you find a frog. I tell my students, catch a frog. Can you hold the frog in your hand? What does he look like? Really take a good look. All right, we're going to have him jump. Let's do small jumps together. Can we do a couple big jumps? Maybe then this time I'm using it as some rhythm time. Can we go hop, hop, hippity hop, and having my students repeat whatever to make it fun and engaging, transition them so that they're ready to repeat after me. I had a little frog. His name was Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water. He even ate the soap, and then he burped last night from a bubble in his throat. This is a fun part where I tell my students you have to follow along with my hands. You may only do the sound, not really burping. Set some high expectations for this one. You may only do the sound when my hands go down, when my hands go up. We are done. So follow along with me as we go burp, burp, burp. This can be so fun. This can be so engaging. This can go horribly wrong if your students are not set up for success. So make sure you are doing that by having them watch your hands. Then we go ahead and we find a teeny frog doing the same thing. I had a teeny frog. So obviously changing how you say things, because you can't say it the same way if it's a teeny frog versus a normal frog. And it also has to be different if it's a great big frog. I had a great big frog. His name was Great Big Tim. You can see how I love elementary music. So fun, so engaging. And what this is going to lead you to be able to do is talk about what Tim loves. Tim loves being in the pond. Do you know what else he loves? Flies. Help Tim catch a fly. Again, this isn't something that your sub's going to really have to worry about being able to do on their own, because it's just ta and Titi rhythms. Can your students say the ta and Titi rhythms before the fly flies past Tim? Right? The fly starts very slow, but soon it will start to speed up. So by the time the fly gets over, can your students go ta, ta, ti, ti, ta? Oh, good, I made it. So my Tim would have catched the fly. All right, for the next one, ta, ti, 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 ta, but here comes the fly. Ta, ti, 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 ta. Ooh, I almost missed it. I might have to go a little faster. All right, so on and so forth. Again, doesn't have to be anything crazy. Can just be a fun, engaging, small experience for your students that your sub can feel confident in being able to do. And maybe this is also a way that you're using to grab a quick assessment just by passing out a piece of paper that then your students write down the words ta or tt, and you gather the assessment in a way that your sub finds simple and easy and effective. Alrighty, that is really it for this sub lesson plan. Again, you can grab it for a free 2 months now with our Soaring Summer of Free. By the time you watch this, it might not be the Soaring Summer of Free anymore because it might not be summer. But if I did leave up the link, hey, go and enjoy 2 free months instead of my normal one. Again, with this, you'll get access to my full curriculum, my 20 plus hours of professional development, my moving assessments, my movement breaks, and of course, my scarf dances, where your students can can be following along with me or you're doing it yourself with my teacher breakdowns. Again, if you're more interested in really learning how to bring meaningful movement into every aspect of your classroom, then you're going to click the 5-week soaring challenge, where every day I bring you through a short clip from one of my PD sessions, because if 20 hours of PD sounds a little overwhelming to you, then yeah, I got you covered. Each of these are usually around 5 minutes, along with downloads of 5 workbooks, 1 a week. Thank you so much for joining here. I hope this was helpful, especially if you're going out and just want to make sure that not only are your students taken care of, but so is your sub. And with that, I will say thank you for giving me some of your time and happy playing.